Hey everybody, welcome to Kastor's Corner. I'm your host Cleo here for another toy of the day. What do we got for you today? We're wrapping up our Eternals look. So we've got the exclusives and the deluxe to take a look at. You can find everything at castorscorner.com, not Little Geeks. Where is it? It's over here. Not Little Geeks. But we found our shirt, so we figured we'd give them a shout out on this. And I'm sure you're going to see a Little Geeks video soon about Miss Ajax here. So you go to castorscorner.com for a full look at these figures, a full gallery of them, as well as yesterday's look at the Wave of Eternals. You can follow us. We're at Kastor's Corner on all social media, and check out the Cornercast podcast. All the links are down below, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. The more we get subscribed, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. So we just did an unboxing on our Instagram page, so you can go check that out. Hasbro sent us some Fortnite stuff, which I opened over here. But we're here to take a look at the Eternals. So the Eternals is kind of split into two camps. We got the full figure wave that we took a look at yesterday that rounded out most of the team. Target got an exclusive, Walmart got an exclusive, and then everybody got a deluxe version of Crow or the Deviant's Master Evolved Deviant from the film. And so I am going to talk about some spoilers, so if you haven't seen Eternals yet, you might want to wait to watch this film. But yeah, let's dive into it. So I'm going to save this one for last. But so we've got Ajax here, the Zelma Hayek figure. She even said she wasn't too happy with it. I think they got the likeness right. She is a little bit sad in the facial features. She doesn't look too happy. She comes with an alternate head that has a little bit of a better smile. But the neck is really, really elongated here. So she does sit with like her head forward. And she was on Jimmy Kimmel showing you how weird kind of like it doesn't kind of really work. But you can swap heads for her. She comes with the alternate head and then a couple open hands. Again, a lot of open hands in this wave. I'm not too sure it was really that necessary for most of them. This head sits a little bit better on the neck, but still very forward. And if you push it back, then the hair kind of... It's weird. I will say that. If you push it so the hair lines up with the shoulders, her head moves forward, and it gives her a little bit of a giraffe neck. If you sit it back... or whatever, the opposite, something else doesn't look right. So overall, I think they did a good job recreating her look from the film, but it's not without its issues. Angelina Jolie's figure here, her Thea, right? Athena. So I had to return one. I opened it up. Because of the way the elbow works, and it's a very trim figure, they glued it in the wrong spot, and the entire arm just exploded in my hand as I took it out of the package. Literally, it's one of those cases where literally out of the package it exploded. And because Target can't understand how release dates work, even though they had 8, they wouldn't sell it to me. So I had to drive half an hour to another Target to get a replacement. But once I got her, I think the likeness is great for Angelina Jolie. I think they did a really good job with her overall. They gave her, where are her stuff? They gave her open hands. So you get additional 2 open hands, but they're not necessary. She is kind of like the weapons master, the warrior. So she comes with a longsword, katana-like. She comes with this spiky sword, another cool one. She comes with a dagger of sorts, and she comes with a long staff as well. So you get the weapons master with all of her weapons, which is really nice. I think both of these were around the same price as the regular wave, and that's a good thing. I think they both come with a lot more accessories compared to their counterparts in the normal wave, where they just got extra hands versus that. So I think the colors on her work really well. I think the face sculpt on her was perfect. Her hair definitely limits her ability to move at all. It kind of drapes over the shoulder, back, and front. So it kind of keeps it in one spot. You can move it, and recreate that pose where she's got the one sword up in front of her face. But I don't really think it does hinder a little bit. So not bad. The final figure that they came out with was, I don't know if it's Crow or Kree, but he is kind of like the evolved deviant that was kind of absorbing powers throughout the movie. And he was billed as he comes with like these extra tentacles that snap into his back. You can kind of see how they fit in. There's no wire in them. There's no additional kind of movement for them. They are very static. So they can impede some posing. But they look good. I think the design on him looks good. I think the face sculpt on him is excellent. He also comes with extra hands that pop at the forearm. So not at the wrist, but at the forearm. And you can put either one on. Now here's the problem though. Putting these on without a figure stand, which I'm sure you can buy from Hasbro Pulse, does change the balance of this figure. He stands fine on his own, but once you start to add these tentacles here, he gets a little bit dicey as far as being able to. He is much bigger than the rest of them, which he should be, which is good. I like the size on him. My biggest complaint is his inclusion in the story. There was a build-up that, the deviant here was going to be kind of like the main thrust of the villain throughout the film. And for those of you that have seen the film know that he actually had a very minor throwaway role that wasn't really necessary in any way, shape, or form. I would say that's the only kind of fluff of the film. Now, it is the unifying factor that brings everybody together. But in reality, he didn't get any real development or life after the movie. So it's another kind of wasted Marvel villain, in my opinion. So there you go. But as a movie line, I would say it might be one of the most successful ones that they've ever done. And I know that everybody's saying, well, I didn't like the movie, or they're all in this look, or we don't like it. But I'm going to tell you, top to bottom, there is not any characters that were in costume. Yes, I know about Dane. But in reality, no characters in this film that were part of the main action and the main thrust of the story were left out of this line. We get the entire team of 8 in the main line. We get the other 2, so we round up to 10 Eternals. We get one of the major villains in the film. The other villain, of course, that you know. So really, it's the most complete. You can't say that for Spider-Man Homecoming. You can't say that for No Way Home. You can't say that for any other film so far that's been this complete in one shot, one wave. Here you go. Here's one wave, 3 exclusives. Go get it, and you're done. They've come close, but I'm thinking about like Winter Soldier. I'm thinking about No Way Home, not having the Keaton head, or the Shocker, or Ned, or MJ at the time. No Aunt May. All the other MCU films always kind of leave out either a look, or a character, or something that's minor. This just included it all, and from that perspective, as a collector, I feel happy, because it's not like, all right, 10 years from now when they do like a look back the last 10 years, or their next Infinity Saga, or their Phase 4 wrap up for the fall of next year, maybe we'll get that last Eternal figure. They're all here. We got them all. We're done. So I, definitely big applause and big round of applause for them for kind of encapsulating the entire film, and not having us wait for more. So I really applaud that. So you can check out a full gallery of these up on castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to this. We really appreciate it. As we say every night for the video, Jaxie, we love you and we miss you and wish we were here. And for those of you coming back tomorrow, we have a lot of new toys to talk about on the Toy of the Day here on CastorsCorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.